All right. You ready? You ready to go? Yeah, man. I'm ready. I think you already hit the thing. You are already live. You're already here. Just do the thing. All right. I'm gonna do a little different right now. What? What do you mean you're gonna do it different? What is it? Well, I mean, yesterday you talked about how you wanted to be a pro wrestling ring announcer, and Real Combat Wrestling replied to you. I don't know if you've seen that or not. No. What did they say? They said they may be looking for a ring announcer. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I didn't see it. Yeah, but I kind of want to take that job from you. You want to do what? Why would you want to take the opportunity to be a ring announcer away from me? I mean, I'm already the star of this show, so I think I can do it. You think you could be a ring announcer? I absolutely think so. All right, man, go ahead. That's just... All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Don't Say the F Word podcast proudly brings to you your YouTube champion of the world, the orange guy, Mark the Monster, the big guy, Big Germ, and the illegal brother-in-law, Joe. The Don't Say the F Word podcast. How did I do? Alarmingly well. That was just, I don't think you can do that song though. I don't think you can get away with that. But I mean, you did fantastic. I got a pretty good ring announcer voice, right? Yes, Mark. That was absolutely, I mean, just stellar job. It's a shame. Joe, I think Joe missed it. I think Joe wasn't here for it, and he missed the whole thing. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I mean, absolutely fantastic work. Perhaps Mark the Monster is the guy who should be the ring announcer for Real Combat Wrestling and not me. Yeah, I was just messing with you. I don't know that, oh, wait a minute. Joe's here. Can I just do an intro for Joe? I mean, you really want to do your whole ring announcer thing again? I mean, it's fine. You absolutely can. You can. Let me do this. Yeah, that's fine. Here, just you can have the mic. Go ahead, and you can. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mark the Monster proudly brings to you your illegal brother-in-law, standing at 11 feet tall, Joe.
I'll go up there 11 feet tall. Cool.
How did I do, Joe?
At some point.
I guess it's not. I'm not going to be the ring announcer. That's not what's going to happen. Apparently, Mark has it locked down. I just have a question for you, though. Yeah, what's that? How did you get your voice to echo like that?
That was good. Yeah.
I just gonna leave. You didn't do any of the sponsors. Oh yeah, that's right. Grab the cards. We are brought to you today by our friends over at Wrestling versus the World. That's right. Pro wrestling, collectible trading card game. Things like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Game. Good stuff. We're also brought to you by Don Tequilas and Amherst. What? Yeah, we're brought to you by Don Tequilas and Amherst. We're not. That's not. They're having a Cinco de Mayo party. Our friend Freddie from Fat Ink, Ohio, he's gonna have a party there. Beer pong. Yeah, so go ahead and head on over to Don Tequilas and Amherst. Cinco de Mayo.
Ain't that on a Sunday this year?
No, Cinco de Mayo's next Monday.
Oh, I thought it was Sunday.
You know how I know?
How you know?
I went to Moe's today, and they had a sign about free queso on Moe Monday being Cinco de Mayo. Okay. It took my brain a minute to go, what? Well, today's Monday, so I should get free queso. And then I realized it said for Cinco de Mayo. I thought, when the hell is that?
Mm.
It's May 5th. Yeah, I'm aware that it's May 5th.
May 5th, yeah.
Just really, like, you're real feisty today. Yeah, I am. I really want that ring announcer gig with Real Combat Wrestling. I think I could do it. I could be a star. You always think what is on your head? What are you sporting, Joe? What do you got going on?
Well, since kiddo's back, so you're like, wear this, so like, you know, a little sleep mask. So yeah.
That's nice. That looks very relaxing.
Well, not for my head, but it's relaxing. Yeah.
I mean, you got a big head.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
I'm just gonna say it. Your head's not exactly small.
yeah.
What?
It stretches, but
you got a big head too. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware that I have a big head. Just, you know what, Mark? Get out of here. You're gonna go over that way. Jeez. All right, Joe.
All right.
Yesterday, you chose to end the show with I don't know, man. I don't know. Do we call this a cliffhanger? Did we end the show on a cliffhanger? Is that what happened?
Yeah, we'll call it a cliffhanger. Yeah, sound like really.
I think that's fair to call it a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah.
And what was it you asked of me and of everyone who joined us live yesterday on Instagram?
So, the question of the day is, if me and you were in a tag team, and we were in a tag team ladder match for the tag team belts, who would you rather be? Would you be the one climbing up the ladder, reaching for the belts, unhooking it, and just stand up on that ladder, being excited? Or be the one at the bottom, just supporting the ladder and just cheering you on as you go up, and then when you hand the belt down, take the belt down. And
so, you got a lot of variables there.
Mm-hmm.
First thing we're going to address is you and I are in a tag team together.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to unpack that to start things off.
Okay.
So if we're in a tag team together, we got to kind of establish, who are we as wrestlers, Joe? What's your gimmick?
I don't even know what my gimmick would be.
You've thought about this. You've absolutely thought about what your gimmick would be if you were a wrestler.
I would. Okay.
Everyone's done it. We've all done it.
All right. My gimmick, if I was a wrestler, my gimmick would be, you know, I'll just be like, I'll be like wearing like clothes like John Cena would wear, with a little mix of hip hop in it, and my finisher would be something around a good finisher. Probably how JBL did the clothesline from hell back in the day when he just did it.
You're going to try to get a clothesline over as a finisher? Do you know how hard that is to get a clothesline over as a finisher, Joe? Oh, yeah. Got Machoverse checking us out live on Instagram. Thank you for being with us, sir.
But think about this: my arm, long reach,
and you got long reach. You got length.
It will work. It will work. Yeah. Boom.
And you could nail someone with a lariat far out.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's hard. You got to think about, like, who are your guys who's really gotten a clothesline over as a finisher? Most recently, it's Okada, the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
You have JBL with the clothesline from hell. and then you're going back to Stan Hansen and Nikita Koloff.
Yeah.
Like, those are the only 4 guys off the top of my head that I can think of that have gotten a lariat or a clothesline over as a finisher. A hard thing to be your finisher.
Yeah, but
Are you just going to use your real name?
yeah, my real name. Yeah, my real name. It'll be hard to change my
Real
name.
names, no gimmicks?
That's it. Like, you just know Joe Cole. That's it. Bam.
Nothing else? There's no ring name attachment. There's no anything before it. There's no Joe the Minor Cole.
Nah. I'll just need to have
Just
do
Joe
like a good
Cole.
echo,
Just
like a good echo with the same Nicole, like how you make it sound.
just gotta have Cole with an echo.
Yeah, the Cole echo, like
Cole.
Cole.
Joe Cole.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
Like that. That's what you're going for.
yeah.
Overall, like, what's your skill set? Like, what are you doing? You a high flyer? I mean, you're tall.
I can high fly. Nah, I can do a high fly. Them flashes, nah, I can do it.
You're tall. You got the reach, man. Like, if you went off the top turnbuckle for a frog splash, you'd be like Montez.
Yeah.
You'd be like Tez, man. You could cover 75% of the ring. You could probably go coast to coast.
I probably could do the coast to coast, but I would rather.
I think you could do the coast to coast.
If I did it, let's see. If I did a high risk move being a tall person, I would rather be like who would it do the best? Oh, Test back in the day when Test when he had that long leg boot and then he would reach up and just throw a person off the top of the turnbuckle when he sat right there.
Oh, man. You could do the big boot.
Mm-hmm.
What's that shoe you wear? Like a 16?
13 and a half.
I thought your shoe was. I thought you had a much larger foot than me. I'm a 13. I'm a 13 wide.
I had a 16, but my foot is shrunk. I don't know. Thank God it shrunk. Shit. I'm glad it shrunk. I don't know how, but it shrunk. It went from a 16 to a 13. I don't know. Can't tell you.
I don't know that I would use my government. I think I would go similar, but like Jeremy's not a name that gets over as a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably go Eric Payne.
Okay.
My last name's a first name already. Take my last name, make it the first name, have the last name be aggressive. I would want something that was rooted in being, real. Because my gimmick would have to be, it'd be very Taz-esque. I got the shoot fighting background. I got the MMA background. I've trained with Fujiwara. So it would have to be that. It had to be Muay Thai, striking, submission artist. That would have to be my whole thing. I don't know that I would go with like the Fujiwara armbar as a finish, though. I don't think I would. I would probably go with random submissions as my finishers. I would have my finishers be things that would come out of nowhere. Like if I catch you in a situation, I can pull a guillotine out of nowhere and choke you out. If I catch you slipping, I may slap the rear naked on and choke you out. We're in a situation where you're a technical wrestler and you're trying to chain wrestle me. I may catch an arm. I may put you in, a double wrist lock and pop your shoulder up. I think that would be the gimmick. It'd be very real, kind of like RCW, sponsor of the show, Real Combat Wrestling. Go check them out on Instagram. Their whole thing is that they're based in like a, old school pancrase shoot fighting style. So it'd probably be something like that. If I were to go with a finisher, I've recently seen, can't remember the name of the wrestling school. A big dude did a finisher where it set up for a power bomb, and as he brought him up, kicked him up, and turned it into a cutter.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
And that was like the slickest shit I've ever seen. I don't know what I would call. I do know what I would call it, because this morning on our way to the gym, your sister was going through a new playlist of music, and I can't remember who the artist was. I think it may have been Shabuzi, but they had a song called "Fire and Gasoline," and I thought, "Fire and Gasoline" is like the perfect name for a pro wrestling finishing move. I don't know what the move would be, but that is the perfect name. Hit him with the fire and gasoline. And a two-step move like that, where it's a power bomb into a cutter, power bombs your fire, the cutter's your gasoline. Boom, done. Fin.
Fire and gasoline ain't bad.
I think that'd be like a great finisher name, right? Like
that should be
like
a
boom. You hit them with fire and gasoline. This music starts playing.
But that could be like a tag team finisher name, probably. Like
I was thinking so too. It could be something that was like done from the Doomsday Device position.
Yeah, like probably do with a gin and juice. You need something like that.
Fire and gasoline would be a good tag team finisher. Yeah. I mean, you could always hucklebuck them up there for a big power bomb due to your height, and instead of throwing them through the power bomb, you flip them straight up and over, and they go over your head into me hitting them with a cutter.
Yeah.
Boom. Fire and gasoline.
I can do that.
Now, with all that said,
okay.
Now we're going to complete the hypothetical of you and I are in a tag team and we're tag team ladder match title. Would I prefer to be the guy on the ladder taking down the belt, or the guy on the mat holding everybody at bay or supporting the ladder? This is not a fear of heights thing. As everyone should know by this point, I love roller coasters. I don't got a fear of heights. I've been worked on jobs where I've been, water cooler up on lift equipment up high in the sky. I've painted ceilings, warehouses up on scaffolding. I've done a lot of things where I've been up high. I don't got a fear of heights. However, I'm sending you up the ladder. Joe, you're 11 feet tall, like Mark said. You're tall as hell. There's no. Why should I go? Why should I be the guy up there? Like you don't got to climb the whole thing. If you went up 2 rungs with the length of your arms and your height, you have the belts. Why do I gotta be? Why is it gotta be me? Why do I gotta? I shouldn't have to. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I am telling everyone. Joe, how tall are you?
I am 6'3". 6'3".
6'3". He's full of shit. He's 6'4". Now, I know this may come as a surprise because clearly I should be 6'8".
Clearly, yeah.
Obviously, I'm a guy who was, the intention of the universe was that I was going to be 6'8". At 6'8", I'd be a super athlete. Let's face it, right? However, I'm not. I am not 6'8". 6 foot on a good day. On a good day. I'm 6. I'm 6 even. I wish I was 6'4". I would take being 6'4". Although, you know what, man, deadlifts suck being 6'4". I've competed in deadlifts against tall dudes, and they have a hard time. That bar's got to travel far for them to get locked out.
I bet, yeah.
I'm not 6'4", sadly. Yeah, Joe, I'm sending you up the ladder. You're going up there. You're going after the titles. I'm not. It's not going to be me.
Okay.
And again, it's not because I have a fear of heights. Because you should be the guy up there.
All right.
I mean, were you going to send me up there? Was that your plan?
No, my plan was Okay, here's my plan. Yes, I can admit that I am afraid of heights, but
Are you?
I'm afraid of
If you're
heights,
afraid
man.
of heights, why the hell are you that tall?
I can do the roller coasters and everything. Just there's like a certain height level, it just like freak me out. So let's just say
Are
climb
you
that
afraid of
ladder.
heights regardless of situation? Or is it like if you're like it's understandable to not want to be on like the roof of a house. Like it's not really a comfortable spot. You're not really like feeling super secure. Is it anything? Like if you were um so my lovely wife Mindy, Joe's amazing sister Mindy. She's not afraid of heights, but there's certain things that kind of freak her out. So we went to Kings Island in Cincinnati and they have the Eiffel Tower
Mm-hmm.
and you can take that shit you take the elevator all the way up to the top, walk out there and you're out there and you can look out. What's up? Panthers here live on Instagram, and you can look out, see the whole park, and I think that made Mindy a little uneasy. Me, like I'm when it's high up and it's less stable, I kind of dig that. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable at all. Like I don't want. I don't want to fall, but I'm like, man, this is cool. I can see all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But Joe, you got to go up the ladder. It can't be me.
So yeah, I said to myself, like, you know what? I said, I had a picture in my head, like, so hear me out. So I said to myself, this is me and him. I just know he's gonna try to talk me into it, going up that damn ladder. He's gonna try some way to talk me to
Joe,
that
if it's me and you competing for the tag team titles in the ladder match, you're the logical. Like, it doesn't make sense to send me up. Your 3 inches of additional height. It seems like a lot more. I'm going to be honest. Like those of you who've never seen Joe and I together in the same place, he looks significantly taller than me. Like Joe, you're 6'3". What do you weigh?
what 235.
235. And what's your wingspan? Like what is your reach? Fingertip to fingertip.
Ooh, I can tell you.
It's enormous. First of all, your
Oh,
hands are gigantic. Let's just start there. You have gigantic hands. Your your hands and your fingers look like a big bunch of bananas. That's a giant ass hand. That adds an additional reach. Your arms are long as hell, and your significant your 3 inches of more height seems far bigger than like I'm 6 foot. I'm 295 ish.
mm,
I'm under the three. I stopped taking creatine, so my weight has dropped some. So I'm a little lighter than I was even just a week ago. so, um, but I'm built weird. Years of powerlifting, years of martial arts. Like I'm just a big dude. Joanne's so gigantic he could rip the briefcase. Yes. So this is my thing. Joe's question was, who's going up the ladder? It's got to be Joe. First of all, my martial arts training, I'm very solid on the ground. So good ground game, good jujitsu. Someone's coming for the ladder while you're up there. The probability of me shooting in for a double and submitting them is pretty good. So I can lock somebody up, make an arm triangle, keep them at bay. And again, I think you only got to go up three rungs of the ladder at best. You ain't got to go to the top. I got to go to the top. And again, I'm heavier than you, so if I get knocked off the top, that shit gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. That's gonna be a rough bump. I don't want to take that bump. I just don't want to do it.
yeah. So, so,
Don't don't make me
so for
take
me,
that bump, Joe.
no. Hear me out. So I had to think about like visualizing the ladder because I've been up plenty of ladders on my life, but I've never been up a ladder on like a cardboard where that's going to actually move and shit when you're going up and right now having
I mean,
perfect
it doesn't
balance.
have that much balance. Like, where are we doing this at? Like, are we on like is this WWE programming where that ring's real solid? Or
Yeah,
are you putting me on a ladder in like an old school ECW ring that bounces like a damn trampoline?
the WWE one, WWE one.
Thank God.
Yeah, so
Thank God.
so I was just like, so I kept pictures visualizing them, like, you know what? I said to myself, I ain't gonna run up that damn ladder super fast like everybody else. I'm gonna take my slow ass time going up that ladder. And then, hey, but you know, like you said, I don't gotta be at like the top. I could be like right there, that second, third level. Just like, there you
You
go.
ain't gotta go all the way up, man. You ain't gotta go all the way up.
It just depends on how high they got it hanging down. So I could just be like, you know what? Boom.
Panthers, and you're saying if he would be on the other team, and then he'd turn heel, and then watch us win. I'm down with that. You got to cheat to win sometime. Exploding barbed wire death ladder match? Shit. I don't want to do that.
No. I ain't going there, bro.
What would it take for you to do a death match?
Man, I need $1 million.
Yeah. You know, like I said yesterday, I was recently approached about what I do when I do a bare knuckle fight for $3,000 a show and $3,000 to win. I said absolutely not. Man, I don't think I would. I don't think there's ever a time in my life where I would have said yes to a barbed wire death match.
I'll say this.
And there was a time in my 20s where I was down to do just about anything combat sports related. And I don't think I would do. I don't think I would do those ever. I would have done some dumb shit. Like I was not aware of issues concussions caused back in the day. So I've had plenty, and I don't think I want to do barbed wire. It don't sound like a good time.
I'll say it will take probably $1 million just for me to do it, because you gotta think about the side effects. And barbed wire, they probably don't cut them or nothing. They're gonna have legit barbed wire and go right in your skin, and depending on where it gets at, I'm gonna get scarred for life. So,
and I got a lot of scars. I get tetanus shot. Shit's gonna get infected.
Yeah.
I'm not down for all that.
Yeah.
You want to know something else I'm not too down for, Joe?
What's that?
This right
here. So serious. Because you know who I am. What? You don't know what? This is so badass. Like you?
What are your thoughts, Joe? Those of you who are only catching the audio version of the show, what that was a recent Instagram post from Hulk Hogan. I believe Bischoff shared the exact same post, and they did an NWO-esque style promo, very much like just old school NWO style, totally jacking Scott Hall. You know who I am. You don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
Panthers said he heard the impact doesn't hurt. It's the after effects of the barbed wire and then pulling it out. Yeah, that shit would suck. He said all its business. Joe Hogan. I gotta make that shirt. What do you think Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are up to? And then my follow-up for that is, does anybody give a shit?
Okay, I think since the 83 weeks with the whole AEW thing went on, they passed it. The 83 weeks, they did the mark. No, right. With the longest reign over 200, whatever days it was.
Yeah, AEW has surpassed WCW as being the longest reigning wrestling show on a Turner network.
So I'm going to say this is their way of, I would say, the origin, the restart of the NWO from back in the day. I think they're going to try to redo it. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think the third man will be Kevin Nash.
So what I think is happening, people are speculating, like, are Bischoff and Hogan going to be doing something with a new promotion with Vince? I'm going to say absolutely not. People can say another one about Vince. He's a smart businessman. He knows not getting fed as far as business goes with Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. I think they're going to just do a podcast. They're going to do an NWO podcast. It's going to be Hogan, Bischoff, and Nash. And it's probably going to suck.
Oh, you know what else could be? It could be part of the documentary, the WWE Unreal, where it's called.
The Unreal. I don't think so, man. I don't think WWE wants anything to do with Bischoff or Hogan, for that matter. Hogan got booed out of the arena. I think you'd be hard pressed to like. And you're going to say that I don't think the podcast is going to suck because like they couldn't have good stories to tell. Here's the reasons why I think having Bischoff, Hogan, and Kevin Nash doing a podcast together is going to suck. There's so many reasons. Reason number one, Hulk Hogan cannot stop lying. All he does is lie. He just makes shit up. There's things that don't even like. And listen, as a kid, I was a Hulkamaniac, no doubt about it. As a grown adult, hey, I don't know. I don't. It's a lot about that guy to not support.
Yeah. You hear the true side when you come in the door.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like to be a fan of someone's performance, you don't have to agree with them and every bit of their beliefs. In 2025, there's this hard problem that if someone has an opinion of something and you buy their product, then you support their opinion. No, that's not the case. Sometimes you just want to buy the thing. Doesn't mean you support anything they are. That's not it. I didn't watch WWE because I supported Vince McMahon. That wasn't it. I like wrestling. But Hogan just can't. He just has to lie. It's all he can do. Like, he can't tell the truth. I think he's physically unable to do so. But then you throw in Eric Bischoff is completely full of shit, just all the time. It's not that he's lying all the time. It's just that he's really full of shit. And I give the devil his due whenever he's right about things or at points in times where I agree with him on stuff that happens. But everything that comes out of his mouth is so self-serving, carny-esque that it's really hard to take it as true.
Okay.
Nash is God ducking the whole thing.
He's about the money.
Yeah, Nash is about the money, always has been, which, hey, I respect it. But as far as, like, it'd be interesting to see Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan at this age sitting down and having conversations because Nash is very much a person who tries to, like, politics becomes a piece of everything for Nash. He's often talking about his liberal opinions of things whenever they don't even make sense in the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Whatever you think, whatever your feelings are. Oh, I don't give a shit. But Hulk Hogan's very far on the right wing. Kevin Nash is very far on the left. I have a feeling this entire podcast is going to be these two bickering at each other over shit that they don't impact and doesn't make a difference in their lives.
That too.
And Bischoff is going to be sitting there talking about how all their opinions mean that AEW sucks.
Yeah. But I really think this is going to be like, I say this, it's going to be a 3 to 4 hour documentary of the NWO origin on how they built it, how it started, and what really destroyed it.
You think that's what it'll be?
I think that's what it's going to be.
I think it'll be it'll absolutely be NWO heavy. And it'll probably run. I mean, it is essentially going to be 83 weeks. When we talk about the NWO, it's going to be the 83 weeks podcast. It's probably NWO focused. Could be them, analyzing today's product. I'd be more interested in that. But yeah, it's going to be those three talking NWO. I think you're right. I just think it's going to be a shit show. I don't know. I'm gonna task you with checking it out. I'm not really that interested.
And I bet, and I'm gonna say, Nash would say, if it wasn't for us forming the NWO, you would never see none of these factions form, like the Bullet Club, like anything else. He'll probably toss that in there, and then he'll probably say they would have to thank us because there would be no organ of faction because of us. Something that time, something along there.
Do you believe that? Do you think that like the NWO is the reason why we have the factions that we have?
I'll say yeah, because before it was just 3 to 4 members in a faction or group. Then when the NWO formed, there was 20. We went from 3, 4, 10, then 20. It kept going.
I mean, we got this. I think they should have stopped at 6. Is where they should have stopped. 6 should have been the last one. I mean, you had the 4 Horsemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had the Dangerous Alliance, but the NWO was stolen from something that was going on in All Japan, right? I can't remember the whole details, but it was something that was going on in All Japan of an invasion, and that's where Bischoff kind of took it.
Yeah.
And not to say that we would have gotten the same kind of story, but I think we would have gotten a same kind of faction of a large faction would have come out of ECW. Like that's just kind of the way things were progressing in wrestling. I think ECW would have done something with a larger group. Maybe not a takeover invasion type thing, but it would have been something of a larger gang style thing. I think as the
Dudley family.
I don't know if I guess we would have still gotten the Attitude Era. Like too many people say, without the NWO, we would have gotten the Attitude Era, and that's not true. Like Vince would have stolen Paul Heyman's ideas from ECW without the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Attitude Era would have happened without the NWO. It just the NWO like accelerated the process. Like they had to react to the realism going on in the NWO. Would we have like clearly no? We would have had the Bullet Club like we got the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club was designed specifically to pay homage to the NWO and DX. Like I don't think that was Finn's initial thing whenever he put together the Bullet Club, but that's 100% what it became once the Young Bucks got involved. Once the Bucks joined, it was, hey, we're throwing this back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I would say, let's put it this way. He'll probably say if it wasn't for the end of it, there would be large factions. There you go. There'd be still smaller versions of them. Let's put it that way.
I can see that.
Because they can't take claims or anything else. But,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's got to be good stories to tell. It's just, if Hogan's involved, are they going to be honest? And I feel like they won't be. I just feel like he can't tell an honest story. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I was wrong about Dominic Mysterio.
No, I say this. You was wrong about Dominic Mysterio, but Hogan, I'll say this. When Hogan, if that show or podcast does come on, all social media will be blowing up. There's going to be one person that will still close to Hogan, his page or her page will say, that's a lie. Hogan didn't do this, to that. I was there. Hogan is full of shit.
We're probably going to have to talk about this podcast. Whenever the first episode comes out, we're probably going to have a conversation.
Probably so, yeah.
I wish Hogan didn't lie as much as he does. I really do. I would love to interview Hulk Hogan. I just don't like being lied to, and he would 100% just give me bullshit.
And plus, Hogan wants a feed, whatever I think it is, just do interviews. That's not bad.
Yeah, probably. And I don't pay for interviews. Just not going to do it.
But yeah. Yeah,
Let's go ahead. Let's talk about Raw tonight, Joe.
the kickoff is the new
This show is going to open.
with the new faction.
Yeah. The Triangle of Terror.
That's the name. Okay.
I don't know if that's the official name.
Okay.
I've seen it reference that on several different things. I will tell you, right now in front of me, I have WWE.com up. They are not referred to as the Triangle of Terror right now while I'm looking at this.
Okay.
I don't know if they've had it, if they've had it on the website as that before, but a lot of things have been called it. I've seen the Triangle of Terror. I've seen the Trifecta of Terror. I don't know if that was something that came out or if this is just shit people are saying. It is not in this moment on WWE.com calling them that. What they have is Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Side note, I hate the way they spell Breaker. And Paul Heyman will address their actions after a paradigm-shifting Raw after WrestleMania. Let me say that again. After a paradigm-shifting Raw after WrestleMania. Think about what we talked about yesterday. Whose finisher is the paradigm shift, Joe? Jon Moxley. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman will address the WWE Universe. That is set to open the show, from my understanding.
It's to open the show, yep.
Becky Lynch will discuss her attack on Laya Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley battles Roxanne Perez. Logan Paul will appear live on Raw.
And
that's all WWE.com has for Raw tonight.
I'm going to say they're going to be something to do with the crack of Judgment Day between Dominic and I'll just toss that in there.
It says if I go to Netflix, they say Liv Morgan and Braun Breaker are set to appear. They literally don't have anything. Netflix says that no matches have been announced just yet.
Then it's probably going to be announced the next hour.
You think? I'm going to try WWE's Instagram, see if we have anything going on, and we'll go to the Bleacher Report community, see if anybody's got anything there.
Oh, and they're probably going to talk about how Gunther got suspended, and they don't know how long he's suspended for. But in reality, Gunther's on vacation, though. That's all.
Yeah, Gunther just has some time off. It's kind of crazy to me that they did the whole Gunther thing. And I think they did a great job. So I'll put that out there. I'm not saying the Gunther spot was bad. It was really, really good. Really good. We're clearly going to get Gunther versus Pat McAfee, possibly at Backlash. But damn, to do it right after FTR did it to Shivani. Literally 2 weeks after they ran the exact same story.
I'll say they didn't have to do it that way, but in Gunther's situation, he just had a kid not too long ago. He wanted to fulfill the WrestleMania, and he wanted to take time off after WrestleMania, so that would probably been the only best solution to do it.
And I don't think that, and I want to make sure I clear this up. I don't think WWE ripped off AEW by doing the story. I'm not saying, I think it was crazy that they ran us so close. Mm-hmm. And I say I think it's crazy because I think it's insane that they don't have someone watching AEW to make sure that they don't run a similar program. I don't think either program ever rips off the other. I'm not one of those kinds of people. I think it's possible for two people to have the same idea and write the same creative at the same time. think it's absolutely possible. I think it's possible that people see a thing, it influences their train. Two people see the same thing, it influences their train of thought, and those two people who are separated completely, don't know each other from anybody, can go forward and create a very similar thing and put it out the market. 100% think it's possible, and I think it happens all the time. I don't think whoever put together the idea that, hey, this is how we write Gunther off TV for a little while, watched the FTR go after Tony Schiavone and said, we're going to do the exact same story with Gunther. I don't think that.
No.
However, I do think someone in WWE and someone in AEW should be watching the opposing promotion all the time. One person in both companies should have that job. Watch the other product. And whenever we have creative meetings, make sure we aren't going forward with something that they just did. Don't do it. Whatever it is we're pitching, if it's similar, stop us from putting it on TV. Don't let us do it, because it's going to give a bad aesthetic. It's going to look like we copied, even if we didn't. So maybe we have to go forward with the story, but we have to get there differently than how they got to their story. It can't be that close. It can't be 2 weeks apart, because it just looks bad. Now, if either of those companies was looking to hire someone to do that job, Joe and I are both available. We'd be happy to do it. You don't got to leave the house. Neither one of us want to do. So, Tony Khan, Triple H, if you need someone to watch the competition, you know what? Actually, we could work for both companies. We just send us the creative. We'll let you know if it's too similar to what the other guys are doing.
I can do it.
Fair, impartial. We won't tell the other company what you guys have going on. We'll just tell you if you shouldn't do what you're trying to do.
Yeah. I can do that. I can do that. But I can say this: the only difference between the two was, who was it? I think Garcia came out and helped Tony Schiavone when FTR came out. He didn't really fully get attacked like Pat McAfee did. Pat McAfee got taken down the hole all the way. So that's kind of where it kind of went different. But if you think about it, they did put a little bit more force to make it believable than the FTR one with Gunther.
Yeah, I agree. I just, Gunther's was better for sure, but I just don't think they should have done it at all. I think there was another way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, literally, no one has information of any matches for Raw.
Hey, I'm gonna say, I'll say this. I think Triple H is cracking down on that whole don't believe what you see on the web. And that's what he's doing. He making it so you log in tonight to Netflix or you're on SmackDown just to find out what's going to happen. And I think the main thing he wants you to know is the opening is Paul, Seth, and Breaker. And whatever they got planned for Jay, the champion, whoever going to take him out, hey, it's Paul Logan.
So
hey, let me.
That's one thing so Logan Paul is going to be talking tonight. I would imagine this is designed to set up Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. I agree with you. I don't really understand how we're getting to this match. What makes Logan Paul top contender for the world title? My second thing is, like, right now, everything leading into Backlash is about Seth Rollins. Everything is about Seth, Paul, and Braun Breaker. So this is something I wanted to ask you today. This is probably the last subject matter to cover because we don't know anything about the match for Raw. So, for post WrestleMania now. We got some shows under the belt. We are off to a good start for the new season of WWE. The talk of everything is two things: John Cena's heel turn. Still, John Cena as a heel. Tons of things about how we fixed John Cena's heel turn. I'm not going to break that. I'm not going to go into that today. Tons of people still critical of it. Got that going on. We also have tons of stuff on the forum about Hogan and Bischoff. People talking about WWE ticket prices. All this stuff. Specifically coming from Taylor Kelsey. Is this person's name? I don't think it's. Will Raw after Backlash be worth a $250 ticket 6 rows in from the ramp?
Dang.
That's kind of a pricey ticket. I would say probably not going to be worth it. But with ticket prices being what they are,
Yeah.
the talk of the town being Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, and John Cena. My question for you is Jey Uso the main event? No one's talking about the world champ. So I think probably the right call is to do the program with Logan Paul for Backlash. Logan doesn't make sense to contend for the World Heavyweight Championship, but I guess going against Logan Paul kind of makes Jey the main event. Logan's going to bring, different eyeballs. But, again, I got to ask, how's your World Heavyweight Champion not your main subject matter?
I say this is how they're going to do it. If Logan Paul, if Jey in the ring, Logan Paul comes out, does a little heelish turn. He let Jey know that nobody really doesn't care about you being the champion. That's all you are. You got the belt. Has anybody talked about you all week? No. Everybody been talking about me and my appearance at WrestleMania more than they talk about you winning that championship at WrestleMania. And which that is kind of sad that it was, but it's true though. Everybody is talking more about Logan Paul and AJ Styles match more than Gunther.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
It was good. I ain't doubting it. But I'm also going to say Logan Paul will also throw in that if he becomes champion, you'll just be a memory, a flashback, and I'll be more popular than you ever will be as a champion. People will remember my title
Do you
reign
think
more
Logan
than
Paul
yours.
ever becomes World Heavyweight Champion?
If I had to do it, I would say he'd be after. I would make him champion at Backlash. I'm just saying this. I would. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is gonna sound crazy.
Crazy.
Yes. His mic skills on point. In the ring ability, which I said probably wouldn't work, but he's proven that his in ring ability is good. If you watch if you watch his match, he is really protective of everybody in the ring. He
He's
saved
good,
Rey
man. He's a
Mysterio.
good wrestler.
He saved Rey Mysterio from almost hitting his neck on that match. And even with the Miz in that one match, he saved the Miz too. So you gotta respect the man. You know he's a YouTuber, became a professional wrestler. I would say give the belt to Logan Paul, and Logan Paul carries on, and then you battle Seth at SummerSlam. Because
That's an unbelievable take that you think they should have Logan Paul beat Jey Uso. I would have never in a million years thought you would think that.
It's like this. I like Jey, the character. It's over with the fans. But then when you think about it, he just over with the fans. going through the crowd, having all the little kids and even the adults just cheering along with him, eating. But then you look at Logan Paul, who is embracing his heel character, who's embracing everything in the ring, learning from everybody from the heel persona. I'll do that. Even with the brass knuckles he be taking from Ric Flair and everything. Just use it. Get the belt off him.
Logan Paul's a good heel.
I know.
I don't know that I would have to be Jey Uso.
I would say Logan Paul, he would be a good. I ain't gonna say he's
I
gonna
think
be
they'll
the
involve
best.
Karrion Kross in the story between Jay and Logan Paul. I mean, Karrion Kross is adamant no one should be losing to Logan Paul.
Mm.
I mean, he's going to have his match with AJ at Backlash, but you would think he would be adamant. If Jay's going to face Logan Paul, you think he'd be adamant, hey, Jay, you can't lose the title to Logan Paul.
Yeah. That's what I see. I just see that. I think Jay is going to be. He's going to be that guy who got the world championship, just because got over with the fans, and then he's going to be like Christian about when Ed's guy hadn't retired. Christian got the belt. It was supposed to go to Del Rio, but they gave it to Christian because the fans wanted Christian to be the champion for Edge at that time. And I think that's what they're doing right now. The fans want Jay as champion, but did you look at it? Jay as champion is good, but it's not like, hey, your show was Monday Night Raw and everybody talking about Jay. They talking about other people.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. With that, it's Monday. It's Monday, Joe.
Monday.
And that means it's that time again.
All right.
It's time for When the Bell Tolls. This week, brought to you by our friends at Wrestling vs. the World. According to this note from Mark, it is also brought to you by Don Tito's Mexican Restaurant in Amherst, Ohio. Cinco de Mayo party. So it's for When the Bell Tolls. All we know about Raw is that the show is going to open with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Paul Heyman. And for all those who don't know how we play for When the Bell Tolls, we predict when the bell will ring to start the first match of Monday Night Raw. You get the time right, you win something. My wife has already picked her time. If my wife, Mindy, gets the time right, everyone who plays gets something.
Okay.
So, with that, she had no idea what was going to happen on the show. So, she made her prediction completely blind. And she has selected 8:22 for the first bell to ring to start the very first match of Raw. Now, again, it's the first bell that rings to start the first match. There may be bells that ring at other times. There may be bells that ring that introduce. That's not the bell that we count. We count the bell that rings to start the first match on Raw. Mindy has selected 8:22 without knowing that the Triangle of Terror, whatever they're calling these guys, will be the opening of the show. So there's going to be a lot of promos going on.
24.
You're going 8:24.
8:22 sounds reasonable, but I'll go 24.
So they're going to have to recap SmackDown. Randy Orton, John Cena. They're going to do that in the opening of Raw. For sure. I bet they throw together a little video package because we already know those guys are going to face each other at Backlash. Then we're going to get, I'm going to call them the Dangerous Alliance, but I really hope that's what they go with. Then we're getting the Dangerous Alliance. Now, I initially, when I asked Mindy what time she wanted, she told me to just pick a time, and I said 8:31, and she said that's way too late, and then she picked her 8:22. There's part of me that wants to go with a late time. Another part of me that wants to go with an early time, thinking, what if they just do the Dangerous Alliance promo to start the show, and they don't give us a video package?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if 8:18 could be a good time. I'm like, I don't know if 8:18 is a good start time or not, because again, it could be a little long-winded. So I'm going to go with 8:28 p.m. for the first bell ringing to start Monday Night Raw. Over the Top Talk is joining us live on Instagram. We are just now making our predictions for the first bell time for Monday Night Raw tonight for when the bell tolls. If you want to drop your prediction in the comments, you're more than welcome to. If you get it right, you win a prize. So I'm taking 8:28.
What's up?
So again, whoever gets the right time wins something. If my wife Mindy predicted the right start time at 8:22 for the first bell ringing to start a match on Monday Night Raw, everyone who plays will get something. I'm going 8:28. I think we're going to get a recap of SmackDown. I think we may get a new video package for Backlash for John Cena versus Randy Orton. Then I think we're going to get Dangerous Alliance talking, kind of giving us their motivation. My next question is, before we sign off for the day, do we get a fourth man today?
You know what's crazy? I don't think it'll be a fourth man.
You don't think they'll add anyone to this group?
Nah. I think it's 8 time under.
You think they're going to add a tag team?
I think 8 time under.
I think they're going to add a fourth man. I think they're going to add a fourth man tonight. And I think that fourth man is going to be the man, Becky Lynch. I think. It's right there. It's just right there. It's low-hanging fruit. Just do it. Just do it.
Okay. No. I say 8 time under.
All right, Joe. You got anything else for all the fans today?
The bracket starts this week, y'all. So be ready.
All right, new bracket. Everyone, I hope you enjoy Raw tonight. And those of you dropping your predictions for the first bell time for when the bell tolls, keep them rolling in. Guesses end whenever Raw starts. So good luck to everyone. Hopefully somebody wins. Well, wins. Yeah, who knows what I'll send. But they'll win something. We'll be back Wednesday. We'll recap Raw. Joe will give us some insights from watching NXT, because I'm probably not going to watch NXT. And we're going to preview AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite's already looking good. We're getting Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page, along with some other matches they announced on Collision. But hey, I think Raw should be decent, even though we don't know what the hell they're going to do. Dynamite should be good. Joe, you can enjoy NXT. For Mark the Monster, for Don Tequila's and Amherst for their Mardi Gras activities. For the Don't Say the F Word podcast, Pro Wrestling Combat Sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. Don't let your friends use it either. Go check out Wrestling versus the World on Instagram. Go over to their Kickstarter. Get yourself some starter decks. We're out.